KZUC LP Edmond.
Your station, 99.3.
Celebrating 125 years of excellence at UCO.
We play the best music.
Can't get it anywhere else.
UCO's best mix.
New Central Radio.
Good afternoon and welcome to the show, the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. It is good to be back. It is good. Spring
Absolutely.
break was great. Basketball, unbelievable, mind-blowing, but it's good to be back. Mm-hmm. It's great to talk sports with you again. How are you doing, Brad?
Good. One half of the real deal coming at you. The real Brad, the J-Ro.
The deal.
Back in studio.
The deal's too good for us. The deal.
Yeah, the deal.
Yeah.
He's driving from out of town. I guess he had too much fun on his spring break, but I can't blame him.
Yeah.
I can't blame him.
He's taken out because you know what I wanted to talk with him about today?
What?
Ben Simmons.
Oh, yeah,
Because he
his
was
boy.
really big about Ben needing to come back another year.
He feels very strongly about
Yes.
that. Well, we'll have to touch on that Wednesday, even though it'll be kind of old news by then. But
because Ben hired an agent.
Ike, no.
So many thoughts.
No, but it is good to be back. It feels like it's been so long since we had our last show. I mean, so much has happened since then. I mean, even in between us.
You know what is upsetting is something happened immediately after that. And I'm like, we can't talk about this until that Monday. We have, what is it? Because we get done Wednesday. Next show, so we have, what, 11 days? 12 days?
Think so?
Yeah. Man.
What do you want to talk about?
There's just so much to talk about. Like basketball.
Somehow I knew we were talking about basketball today.
You just had a feeling?
Yeah, I think I got a gift.
OSU officially fired, mutually parted ways with Ford.
Of course. I mean, I guess technically it's true. It was a buyout, but yeah.
He was shown the door.
Yeah. I mean, the writing was on the wall. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Best of luck to him. Best of luck to Oklahoma State getting a new coach. So should be interesting. That'll be interesting to follow in the offseason is who they look at and who they bring in. So
let's see. Other things I noticed lately. I was reading an article on Bleacher Report, and it talked about how it was projections for baseball for the season and how many each team's they're projecting each team to win. And they were projecting the Cubs to win 101 games. Now, I love the Cubs, but I just know how this story sets up.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're the favorite. But come on now. Let's not say they're going to win 101 games, because next thing you know, they're not over 500.
Well, or they win 100 games and they lose in the divisional series or something.
Yeah, opening round, right there in the division.
Yeah.
But basketball, man, because once we got done Wednesday, the tournament went. The Big 12 continued because first round was Wednesday night. OSU, one and done. OU lost. Half-court shot. Didn't count.
Yep.
It was a pretty shot, though.
Yeah. I didn't watch the game. I'm kind of glad I didn't. So I had other things going on that night. God, that was so long ago, man. I feel like I was like...
It was.
Again,
OU's played 3 games since then. Think about it. A college basketball team has played 3 times since we were last on
The Thunders played 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah, they've won 4 straight. We'll talk about them.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get to that.
Because the question is, have they turned the corner, or is it just because of the opposition
I don't know
that they're playing? I have a feeling.
You know how I feel, probably.
I mean, hey, the rotations, they're moving. They're changing up.
Progress, yep.
Progress is being made. Let's see. Let's just talk about the tournament. Who would have thought there were 4 buzzer beater shots, not just games that were close, games that were decided on a shot that went up, game time expired, and then went in the hole.
Yeah,
there was no time left on the clock. 4 of them in the first 2 rounds.
Man, I just I can't remember which game it was. The guy pulled up. It was one of the upsets, one of the big ones, and the guy pulled up a 3-pointer from 30 feet out and drilled it, and they went to overtime and they won. That wasn't Providence?
Well, it wasn't at the buzzer, but UALR had a step back, deep 3 against Purdue.
That may have been it, and then they went on to overtime and won the game. That was crazy. Of course, Northern Iowa against Texas Friday night.
We're going to try to get the audio of the radio call of that, because the radio call of that is perfection.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who does play-by-play on radio, love it.
Yeah.
Hits it right on the head.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping we're going to... I had it on SoundCloud earlier, but I guess they took it off SoundCloud. I'm not sure. I know, because I found it. I was like, that would be great for the show.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to find it.
Yeah. I'm so mad at myself because with that shot and with that comeback last night, who was it? I'm blanking so hard right now. Northern Iowa again, but they lost this time to... Who's the number 3? Why can I not think of it? Texas A&M. The 13-point deficit overcome in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought both times I thought basketball was over for the day, or I got caught up in other things and went to bed. And then I get on, Twitter, social media, and it's like, greatest comeback ever, greatest shot ever.
You know what upset me the most about that?
What?
I was over at Shelby's last night, and she doesn't get True TV.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I was sitting there like, ugh. And then Wisconsin versus, who did they play last night? It's Xavier. The last second, Bill Murray, man, he looked depressed watching his team lose at the end. I was sitting there thinking, man, if they hit a shot with 2 seconds, we'll get to go over to the A&M Northern Iowa game, see how that ends. And they did eventually, but that was that step back 3, man.
Wow, yeah. How about Wisconsin?
Fading away.
Back-to-back Sweet 16s.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought, though? Because remember, there was thought, after Ryan stepped down, what's this team going to do? Are they even going to make it?
No more
Frank
the Tank, right?
No Frank the Tank.
So, yeah. Props to him. But biggest surprise out of the week, Middle Tennessee State. I know they didn't make it to the Sweet 16, but they beat our projected national champions. Yep, we both
took Michigan State.
Matt and I both picked Michigan State to win the whole thing, and it's been all downhill from there for me, for my bracket. I'm holding up the caboose now. I'm at the bottom. Are
you in last place? I'm about to check.
I am second to last. I am behind all the people who picked their brackets on what the mascots look like and who would win in a fight between their mascots. So, if that tells you anything.
I was doing so great. I'm currently in 4th.
Well, the first day I was doing awesome. I was like 6 of 7, something like that. And then ever since, I think it was like immediately after Michigan State lost, it's been all downhill. It's been
it's killing me that 2 of my projected teams to make it to the Final Four did not make it out of the first weekend.
Yep.
Kentucky and Michigan State let me down.
I need to pull mine up. I don't even remember what my other picks were.
In the Matt Wallen Show Tournament Challenge, currently in first place is Pete Hughes Must Go. For anyone wondering, Pete Hughes is the Oklahoma baseball coach.
Okay. Whose bracket is that? Do we know?
I believe that's my uncle's.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Second place, Mama York. Tied in second place with Dr. Wallen. My dad showing me up. It's not surprising he does that a lot. See, I see Megan in here. Megan's in 9th, Brad.
I know.
There
and
you
she picked which mascots were cuter.
So
that shows how well I'm doing.
Yeah, well, maybe you should listen to your girlfriend more often.
So.
Man. But yeah, what is the biggest surprise though to you so far?
Well, I think it's just that. I think it's Middle Tennessee over Michigan State. I mean, It might.
Who could have seen it coming?
Is that
there's always one like that every year.
Yeah, but is that the biggest upset in tournament history? I mean, there have been other, twos that have lost before, but I don't know if there's ever been a two that more people were picking to win at all and putting money on it.
I think the reason why it might be the biggest upset was the controversy, because a lot of people thought Michigan State should have been a 1.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing. A 1 has never lost to a 16, but a 2 has lost to a 15, 8 times now?
Yeah,
8 or 9. It's right there.
Not a lot, but a few times.
So, I believe it's 8 now. So you got to sit there and you're like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But does that help or hurt the argument that they should have a 1? Because
it hurts their argument, but at the same time, do you think Middle Tennessee State's a better basketball team than Michigan State?
No. That's the thing I got to say about March Madness. It's the coolest yet dumbest thing at the same time.
Oh, it is.
Because it's awesome. It's entertaining for the fans, but I mean, it's why I can't really get into regular season college basketball, because
you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, and then you could have a team like Kentucky last year, for instance, amazing, and then they have one bad game in the tournament and they're gone. So it's so funny to me. I mean, think about the NBA if they did March Madness instead of doing 7-game series. Think about specifically the LeBron James Miami Heat teams and how many times they lost game 1 of a playoff series. They wouldn't have won a championship if they did March Madness in NBA. They lost game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals to the Bulls. They lost game 1 of the NBA Finals to our Thunder. I just went off.
No, you're good. Keep talking.
Good?
Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, so they lost game 1 of the NBA Finals against our Thunder, and then they lost the game 1 against the Spurs the time they beat them. So, yeah, if the NBA did that sort of thing, we'd have a totally different look as to who's won championships and who hasn't. So,
I mean, I love it. Love it, because you never know what you're going to get. And I turned the audio off because I'm about to check something on the other side. But I like what I'm seeing of this. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, no doubt.
It is. I'm trying to pull up and see if I can get the audio real quick for the you and I call right now. And so doesn't look like it's going to happen. We're going to figure that out before the end of the show because, man, it was a good call. We'll figure it out. But on Wednesday, when Ike is back, hopefully we'll be able to talk about everything that's going on coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to make it to the Elite Eight? Who's going to make it to the Final Four? Because there's a lot of good teams left.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that are left, wow.
Yeah, I actually just pulled up my bracket, and 3 of my Final Four are alive. Michigan State obviously is gone, but I have UNC, Villanova, and Oklahoma. So I'm pretty confident at least one of those will make it to the Final Four.
Well, at least one.
At least one.
At least one.
I'll savor a little bit. I guess I have Villanova. I had Villanova losing to Michigan State. So if Villanova makes it, I mean, I'll still be looking good.
Oh, we'll have projections on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be fun.
What's your Final Four? Do you have it pulled up?
I know it. And 2 of them are out. Kentucky and Michigan State are out. Kansas, Oklahoma. And I think Kansas might lose this week.
They're playing Maryland? Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
That's definitely not a gimme for
We'll talk about it coming out the break. You're listening to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. It's 12:20 and we're back. You're listening to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. Brad, how you liking the new music, man?
It's pretty good. You better be careful with these hip hop beats, though. I might have to drop a fire freestyle on your head pretty soon.
I don't know.
I got bars, man. You don't even know.
I don't even know.
You have no clue, man.
Okay.
J-Ro got bars.
J-Ro got bars. Okay. Well, what does J-Ro think about the Thunder? Won 4 straight.
I mean, you got to be
won the division.
You got to be feeling good now.
Go and secure that spot.
Yeah. That wonderful spot
in the playoffs
at number 3. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, they're playing a little bit better. Give them credit.
Better basketball. I mean, Kanter's Cantor is
man,
balling out. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He's doing his thing, and
we should probably give him some more minutes, right?
Yeah, finally Morrow's getting on the court. Speaking of minutes, Waiters is getting less. That's always a good thing. What else we got going on?
Where do you think his minute range needs to be around?
I go back to the very first game. I don't know why they got away from it. I'll try to pull it up, but I still remember Billy Donovan
versus the Spurs game one
against the Spurs. Yeah, he.
Because remember, we really liked what he did. We thought he figured it out.
Yeah, well, okay, here we go. Win 112-106. Hopefully this doesn't play sound.
It won't hear it. Don't worry.
Okay. Does anybody like those videos that automatically play when you click the page? Does anybody like those? Okay. I guess it's for advertising.
It is.
Anyway. Pulling up the box score here. Show bench. Yada, yada, yada.
But they've won 4 straight. They got to play Houston coming up next. And you would think they'd beat the Rockets.
Yeah.
They should beat the Rockets.
Okay, so back to your question about who should play minutes. I think he did it perfectly in the first game at the 2. Robertson, 17. Morrow, 22. Waiters, 21. And you got good production out of all of them. Robertson was 1 of 1. I'm sure he played some good defense. I kind of sort of remember that game. 2 assists, steal, block. Morrow, 3 of 6, 2 of 4 from 3, 50%, 8 points. He was a +5 in his 22 minutes. Even had a steal, even though people say he didn't play any defense. Neither does anybody else. But Waiters actually shot 50%. He was 4 of 8, had 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And he was a +15 in his 21 minutes. Again, that's the stats from the Spurs game at the beginning of the season.
It was a good game. You know, Westbrook came on strong, 33 points.
Yeah. So if they can get back to that, doing minutes that way at the 2, I think that would be perfect. But coming back to where we are now, they've been playing some really good basketball. Their defense, I haven't gotten to watch a lot of these games, but I've heard this gotten better. Have you been able to watch?
From what I've seen, and here's my thing, the defense steps up against good competition.
When it has to.
Yeah, think about the Spurs. Think about Golden State. Defense has stepped up.
Mm-hmm. No, that game...
The problem is fourth quarter execution.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, definitely. And that game against the Warriors you brought up, they play up to the level of their opponents. I couldn't agree more. The defense they played against the Warriors, it was a totally different team.
And that's the thing. That's the problem, though. You can't play up or play down. You need to play consistent at your best.
Yeah.
But they don't. That's their problem.
I mean, you could see this team, hang, let's say if they play the Warriors in the playoffs, they might hang with them in game 1, but then in game 2, they might put up a complete stinker and get beat by 30 points. I mean, I could totally see that.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. But they have done a good job against Golden State. And because of matchup, they somewhat match up well.
Yeah.
The problem is, and it goes down to the 4th spot, is the Golden State can extend the Thunder out.
Yeah, and they're so much deeper.
Mm-hmm. But Draymond Green, though, can step out, and it's harder for Ibaka to have to go out and guard. Mm-hmm. And what happens then when they try to pick and roll? And this is the reason they don't want to play Cantor, is because they don't want to have to deal with the pick and roll if they go make Bogert the screen guy, and then you got Cantor on Curry one-on-one, and that's what the Thunder don't want. And so and I feel like that's the problem why Cantor does not play against Golden State as much.
Yeah.
The rest of the time of the year, I couldn't tell you why. Because the man gets buckets.
Oh, absolutely.
Offensive rebounding, that's his thing.
Yeah. I think at some point you have to realize, you are what you are. Okay, we're not a great defensive team this year. Let's just go out there and let's put in Cantor. Let's get offensive rebounds and putbacks, and let's just try to roll with them. Let's try to run with them and score, because the defense thing, we'll do the best we can, but we just got to pick ourselves up and try to respond with some Durant 3-pointers, some Westbrook drives, some Cantor putbacks, and just try to outscore them at some point.
They've done it the last 4 games, though. They've looked good, and I think people need to go ahead and just take a deep breath and enjoy the fact that they made the playoffs. Because think of last year. You're not having a last second 3 by a center keep you out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Also, don't take it for granted based on the future.
Oh, yes.
Because
enjoy what you have.
I know a lot of people think, Durant will never leave, Westbrook won't leave. Never know. I mean, I'm sure people in Cleveland thought LeBron would never leave. I mean, he was from there, so
I have a feeling
he's back now. But.
Yeah, I have a feeling though if Kevin and Russ left, they wouldn't come back like LeBron.
Exactly.
Just a theory.
So, moral here is enjoy what you have, and maybe we should enjoy that 2012 run more than we did because, man, it's been rough ever since. In some way, shape, or form.
Golden State lost at San Antonio. Both teams still undefeated at home. San Antonio 35-0, Golden State 32-0.
Did you watch that game?
No, I did not.
I actually recorded it, and I watched the first half last night.
How was it?
It was even though it was low scoring, sometimes low scoring games is like, oh, this is bad. It was fun to watch, and it was really good basketball. The Spurs did a great job.
Well, they both played good defense.
Yeah. Well, Aldridge, he had a really good game considering the defense was played on him. I think he had like 26 and 13, something like that. Kawhi Leonard, I mean, he was jumping over 14 rebounds. I mean, just watching the parts of the game that I saw, he might as well have had 30 because he was jumping over like 2 or 3 guys, pulling down offensive and defensive boards, and just I think that was the difference in the game. Another guy that maybe didn't show up in the stat sheet as much that I thought looked really, really good was Tony Parker. I mean, a healthy Tony
6
Parker.
points.
A healthy Tony Parker is a big difference. I mean, he was running up and down the court, and he looked like the old Tony Parker. He was keeping the ball from sticking. Even if he didn't get assists in the stat sheet, he got the good old hockey assists.
Yeah,
he was keeping the ball moving, and
he had 6 assists on the night. I'm looking at the stats right now, and the thing that stands out when I look at this is the quarter to quarter, and only one time did the Spurs let Golden State score 20 points or more in one quarter. Wow.
Which quarter was it?
It was the third. They gave up 28. In the first quarter, they gave up 18. Second quarter, gave up 19. In the last quarter of the game, where the game was won, how many points do you think they gave up?
15.
14. Wow.
Yeah, that's great. And if you'll remember, I went out on a limb earlier in the semester. I said, I'm picking the San Antonio Spurs to win it all. And after last night, or Saturday night, I feel a lot better. I was feeling.
Here's my thing, though. San Antonio is going. It would take a miracle, even though San Antonio is having a great season, to get home court advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah. But even if they don't, who do you like better to win on the other team's home
series?
court? Well,
no, but I don't think either one of them wins on the other team's home court. I think Golden State just holds out.
I think it can be done because, I mean, the Warriors historically, they haven't won in 30 years. Of course, they don't have the same guys that have been playing there for 30 years, but, I mean, that is a psychological thing. And then the Spurs, I mean, they have more experience, and I think they have an edge in coaching as good as Steve Kerr is. I think I agree. If you had to choose one team to beat the other one on their home court, if you had to choose, I'm taking the Spurs. Yeah. You may disagree, but I'm taking the Spurs with their experience.
I agree with the coaching. I do. But I think Golden State has a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
Kevin Martin only got 3 minutes.
Yeah. It was just funny because, if he came to the Thunder, he probably would have averaged at least 15. Isn't that pretty funny to think about? I mean, anytime.
Yeah.
I feel like if Randy Foye went to any other team, he probably wouldn't be playing. But I mean, he's been playing pretty good lately. But yeah, I don't really understand just muddying up your rotation more because now not only we talked about balancing the minutes, 20 minutes or so between Robertson, Waiters, and Morrow. Now you throw Foye into the mix. I mean, it just complicates things, and then you're shortening. Usually, you shorten your rotation in the playoffs. Who's going to get minutes in the playoffs?
Okay, so I
think Cameron Payne is
the
unfortunately
way
going to be
it's going to look for me. I know how you said it about how you like the first game, and I'm looking at the first game right now, and I noticed that. Name has passed me right now.
Augustine.
Augustine. Payne did not play. So you sub him in for Augustine. Augustine only got 13 minutes. Do you give Payne more minutes or less?
I think in the playoffs, about 15 is right.
15?
Given his experience or lack thereof. Maybe even around 13 is pretty good.
Because I'm sitting there, and you like Waiters at 21, or around the 20 range.
Well, how many minutes did Durant and Westbrook play in that game? Because they're going to play 40 in a playoff series.
In a playoff, yeah. They played 37 and 35.
Okay, so take away, give or take a few Waiters minutes. and a few more minutes because his defense isn't the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you give a few more minutes to Durant and Westbrook. I mean,
starters
I think
though,
that's about right.
Baca got 34 and Adams got 30 with Roberson at 17. Cantor with 24. I'd like to see that a little higher.
I'd like to see Cantor eat into probably Ibaka's minutes.
Yeah. What do you think about this? If they could go 30 across the board between those three. Each one got 30 minutes.
That'd be good, but for some reason I feel like they're going to break Collison out during the playoffs. For some reason. Because, by the way, what'd you think of them resting Serge Ibaka Friday? Does that maybe hint to you that maybe he's not healthy? Maybe that's why? Or what's going on there?
Yeah, I think it did.
Because he's not old. I mean, he's 27, 26.
You know what I would have liked to see instead of Collison starting?
McGarry?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Megan and I talked about that. Like, she doesn't even pay like that much attention. She's like, why isn't McGarry playing? Like, it's so frustrating. I feel bad for McGarry because he could be really, really good, but this team is just holding him back, and it's really frustrating to see.
It is.
Hopefully he'll be able to carve out a role next season.
Okay. Before we go to the break, they got 12 games left. Let's break it down real quick. Houston tomorrow night. Who are you feeling? Thunder or Houston?
Thunder at home. I got the Thunder taking that one.
You got Thunder taking that one?
Yeah, definitely.
Let me get to the schedule.
Pretty confident in that one.
Figure this out so we can, because they got 12 games left. You figure they'll probably end up in third place.
Yeah, I got the schedule
Okay.
pulled up. They got like a 3-game homestand. Yeah, they've got Houston Tuesday, Thursday they are playing the Jazz, and then Saturday another big game against the Spurs in prime time.
Okay, so I would imagine I'm going to say you win against Houston, win against Utah. I'll go ahead and say they beat San Antonio at home.
Really?
Well, it's at home. They beat them game 1 at home.
That's true. I'm gonna say they lose. I'm gonna say they go 2-1. I'm gonna say they lose that one to San Antonio.
Lose to Toronto. It's at Toronto. So
let's see here. I'm gonna have them winning that one actually.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if they really are back on track, which most people seem to think they are, I don't see them losing 2 games in a row, especially since
I think they'll be on a. They'll still be reliving the victory that is against the Spurs. But I'm going to say they lose 2 in a row, though. They lose to Detroit.
I was also going to say that they lose to Detroit. It's just one of those games it's one of those games at the end of the season, the Thunder might be looking ahead to the playoffs and kind of like, Then again, I mean, you think about the Reggie Jackson factor. Maybe they want to put the nail in their coffin as far as making the playoffs. I mean, who knows?
Let's see. Clippers beat the Clippers.
Yeah, agreed.
Clippers lost a couple of late. Should have lost. Houston at Houston win.
Wow, they close out with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of their last 6 are on the road.
On the road, yeah. At Denver, it'll be good for playoffs.
Yeah, that'll get you ready for.
Yeah.
the intensity.
Portland is up in the air. I don't know.
Let's see. I'll have them win against Houston on the road. I don't know if I said win against Clippers, win Houston, win Denver, lose at Portland.
Lose at Portland. That's what I'm thinking. Beat Sacramento.
Yeah, beat
the Lakers and lose. Well, my thing against the last game of the season.
I'll have them lose to the Spurs.
Do the Spurs play everyone?
Yeah. Does the Thunder play anyone? Because if they have this good record, while we both think that they do, I haven't written it down or anything, then when they beat the Clippers, we both think they'll beat the Clippers on March 31st. Depending on what the Clippers do, they might be too far behind to catch the Thunder anyway. So the Thunder might not play everybody.
Yeah.
So
going into that game, it would be 8-3. Is what I think we both have.
I would say that would pretty well have it wrapped up. More or less, but especially if they win these games, we think they will against Houston, Denver.
If San Antonio plays everyone, San Antonio wins. If San Antonio doesn't play everyone, they still win.
Mm-hmm. Also, I wonder if they would want to protect that home court, because if they get to the point where they are undefeated at home, are they going to try and protect that?
Yeah. I don't think that's a big of a deal to pop.
Yeah, I'd say they might lose it. If they play everyone, they win. If they don't, they lose. That's fair.
Okay.
But
the Thunder have to play everyone, because if it's both benches against each other, then I'm going to take the Spurs.
Spurs bench.
The Spurs bench.
Hands down. But we'll have
Evan Martin's going to get more than 3 minutes.
We'll have to revisit that when we when we get closer.
Yes, we will. We'll take a quick break here. Listen to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. And we're back to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio. It's 12:38. And Brad, do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment, even though we don't have Brad or Ike with us. Let's see if we can do it right. Give you the music for it. What time is it, Brad? I'll lower it for you. But
What's going on? We get it that time.
Oh, we got that
Come
time.
through clear enough.
Okay.
My angelic pipes for you.
It's going on. What is going on? Okay.
What is going on?
Deron Verona, an outfielder for Tampa Bay.
This sounds like a really nice hotel.
Well, he's an outfielder. It is. But listen to this. Plays outfield for the Rays. Rays are playing in Cuba. He's from Cuba. Getting to see his family for the first time in 3 years.
That's really cool.
That is really cool, isn't it?
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. That's a pretty awesome story because the Rays are taking on... Who are they taking on? Baltimore, the Orioles. Or are they taking on the Orioles?
Taking on somebody.
Taking on someone, yeah. That's pretty
They're
awesome.
playing
though.
a baseball game.
First time, has not made the return to his homeland since he and his mother defected to Haiti
Wow.
on board a boat.
Man.
That's pretty awesome. Well, let's see what else is going on. A sea of cash. Floyd, proud to be king. Man, he has a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
He does indeed. Bill Murray can't believe Xavier lost. You might have saw that after the Xavier Wisconsin game. The look on Bill Murray's face says it all. It's a last second three. Sit home the X-Men.
Man.
Wow. Did you see about the band director for Virginia Commonwealth? Shows up in a suit, directing the band, gets into it, busts out of the suit, wearing a Superman costume.
Whoa.
Gets it going even more. Okay? Bust out of that into a Superman tank top. I'm like, hey,
Not a thing. wrong
guy's
with
buff
that.
too, man. He came to party. He was ready to go. Man,
Fun stuff.
fun stuff.
What else
Drain
was
Wade
that?
jumped on stage with Vanilla Ice.
Saw that.
What'd you think of that?
If you want to jump on stage with Vanilla Ice, you just gotta go
Ice,
for
ice,
it, man.
baby.
Ice, baby. Absolutely.
Let's see. Grayson Allen looks like Ted Cruz.
Oh, I just scrolled past that one.
That-
Oh man. Uh-oh.
and he doesn't think he does.
Is this the beginning of the end? The little political scandal? The
political scandal.
Torpedo his campaign.
Ted Cruz.
He's like, I don't know that kid.
Yeah.
He doesn't look anything like me. I don't know what people are talking about.
Did you hear the Kentucky band? Even though they got, or was it Kentucky?
Somebody got beat and then they stayed and played the other
band
team's
stayed
song or
because
something.
yes, and they paid them $15 each one of them.
Better than nothing. Better
Yeah.
than $0 each. So, yeah, that was a really cool gesture.
I believe it was Pitt, the Pitt band. Now that I think about it,
That sounds right. Yep.
yeah, because Middle Tennessee State couldn't, their band or something couldn't make it. Is that right? I don't know. One of those.
I'm seeing this. Steph Curry agrees to golf with Jordan Spieth because if Jordan Spieth invites you to golf with him, you just got to be like, I don't know. You got to think about it because Jordan Spieth, just some guy. I just thought that was a funny headline.
The half court shot, man.
Half court shot, Northern Iowa.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Again, I was so mad I didn't see it live.
But you did. You have seen it.
Yeah, I saw it on social media and I about jumped out of my bed and I couldn't believe I went to bed before that greatest shot in tournament history.
Yeah, no, but I want you to think about some of the shots that have happened in Oklahoma City. You also had who's it? Scott Drew.
Yep.
For Valparaiso.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Valpo, man.
Very true.
Have you seen the picture of the Kentucky band member for losing that? And she looks like she's crying. It's like it's going around. It's gonna
Another meme time?
It's the
More-
new meme.
more meme?
Yeah, it's gonna replace Jordan.
The Jordan face is everywhere.
The Jordan face is
I saw
everywhere.
on Twitter, this reporter, I think, for somebody was like, am I the only one who doesn't think that the Jordan crying thing is funny and doesn't get it? Or something like that. And then somebody replied to her and put the crying Jordan face on her Twitter, Abby. It was so funny.
Oh, man.
It's one of the funniest things I've seen in a long
Let's
time.
see. The Oregon Duck
Not
mocks
much.
the St. Joe's mascot.
What did he do to mock?
I saw this, and I didn't think it was all that great. Basically, let's see if I remember this right. It's going through it. He's doing this, and the Oregon Ducks on the other side doing the exact same thing. He's just moving his arms back and forth in like circles. It kind of looks like he's stretching.
Like that stretch where you do the fast circles real small.
He's
then
doing
you do
big
the
circles.
big elongated
And
circles.
so the duck, see? Or no, he's like going over here. Maybe he's like trying to fly.
Was he really mocking him though? Because
I don't think
they're
both
both
fly.
birds. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both birds. They're just trying to fly.
They're taking
and-
off. They're
You know,
taking off.
And a great basketball movie and song was Space Jam with "I Believe I Can Fly," and maybe they're
Ooh.
just
Can you hit that bar?
jamming out to that. And I believe I can fly.
Ooh, R. Kelly over there.
I kind of lost it towards the end there.
Touch the sky.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Ooh,
Man,
that has been what's going on, though.
I better stop. I'm getting carried away.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just loving it. I'm loving the music. We're going to just use it all up.
I'll just start singing more then. If
Sing it
y'all
more?
really love it that much.
And we didn't say that. Let's see. Buddy Hield, man. What can you not say
Player of the year.
about Buddy? Well, unanimous Player of the Year? Is it getting closer to that?
I think so. I mean, there's I can't think of anybody else that's like, wow, that guy,
That guy.
Hield has carried the team. I mean, the team's played well in the tournament overall, I think, but he's the engine. He's the one who makes them go, and he's the one who's, when they've needed him to, he's put them on his shoulders and carried them to the next round. So
I want you to think about this. Scores 7 points first half. Second half, 29. 29 points in the
Amazing.
second half.
Well, he scores when it matters, and he does a great job of picking his spots. You know, he does a good job of, okay, I'm gonna get my teammates involved and let them do their thing, get the pressure off me, and then I'm gonna turn it on and flip the switch. And he scores his points so quietly too. He goes from having 8 points, and then you turn around twice, and he's got 28 or something. You're like, wow, when did that happen?
You cannot give him any room shooting the three. He was 11 for 22 from the field, 6 for 14 from three.
Man.
Okay, so let's think of it this way. 6 for 14, he missed 8 threes. So he only missed one other shot altogether in the game that wasn't a three, besides for not including free throws. He was 8 for 10 from the line.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And I don't know, did you watch the game?
I actually did not watch the second game. I watched the first game from wire to wire.
You killing me.
Hey, man, I'm trying to
Kill-
graduate. I got projects and stuff, man.
Trying to graduate, it's spring break.
Oh, man. You don't...
It's spring break.
Well, tell that to the professors who had us doing all this stuff, all right? I mean, it wasn't my choice. Trust me. If I'd had my way from Wednesday to now, I'd be doing nothing but watching NBA and college basketball. Trust me, but it was not my decision.
you?
So I missed the second game. But tell me about it. Tell me.
What do you think, though? Well, like, you haven't been watching, but in the first game, what do you think about the OU's rotation? I really like what they're doing.
I liked it.
Bringing in James, man.
Who's the backup center, too? What's his name?
Minyang did not play because of his...
That was the second game.
And did not play in the second game.
In the first game, I thought he had some really good minutes.
Yeah.
He had a couple blocks, had a couple of just man's
He can
rebound,
block.
jumping over everybody.
That's what 7 foot gets you.
Is he a sophomore?
He's a junior.
Junior? Oh, man. I was hoping he'd stick around a while and develop more.
You have one more year with him.
But next year, I think he could be really good. But, yeah, he had some good minutes. And
McNeese gets him a little something, too. Times Ladden is coming on strong. He had 8 points.
Spangler was hit and miss, in my opinion. But
had 6 points in the second game.
When he hit, he did really well. How did he do in the second game?
6 points.
6 points. Okay, how many boards?
9.
9. Did we out-rebound them, or did they out-rebound us? Do you have the team stats
Yes,
available?
I do. Let's see. Rebounds. 37 for VCU. 37 for Oklahoma.
Dead even. How often do you
Dead
see that?
even, yeah.
So, yeah, I think when Manyang... Is Manyang going to be back for the next game?
It has not been announced yet.
Okay. What was his... I actually didn't hear about... I saw that he was going to be out because of something.
Death in the family.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well...
Is at least what I read, so...
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, but...
Also, they gave up 50 points, though, in the second half. That was the killer. The defense right there. You know, Oklahoma gets a big lead. They were up 13 at halftime. Kind of do what the Thunder do.
Yeah, it's a recurring problem. It's funny how our pro team and one of our college teams is kind of
similar.
Pretty similar.
The range, though, that Buddy Hield has, wow.
That's why you got to feel confident if you had OU in your bracket going to the Final Four or the championship. Buddy Hield.
A&M, they shouldn't even be playing A&M.
I know.
That's the thing.
13-point comeback in 30 seconds. That's not even like Tracy McGrady type stuff. That's like unprecedented.
That's not even Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller against the Knicks, or was it the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the playoffs,
unprecedented
in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's got to win some awards for best game of the year, best comeback. I mean, wow,
best comeback of all time.
Of all time, I don't know. That's tough.
In that amount of time?
In sports,
yeah. No, basketball, college basketball.
College basketball, I would say. I mean, yeah, absolutely, 100% the best comeback, right up there. Yeah, it's the best. I don't know about in all sports because I'll never forget that game where the Eagles were down 31-7 in the fourth quarter against the New York Giants a couple years ago. 7 minutes to go, and they came back and won. I mean, it's up there for sure. All it takes
is one thing to go your way.
It's definitely top 10 comebacks in sports history.
Was that the punt that got returned?
Deshaun Jackson?
Yes.
Yep. 38-31. They were down like 31-14 or 7.
Don't punt to him.
I don't think that poor punter. I don't remember his name. I don't even think he's in the NFL anymore. Probably because of that play.
Probably. Let's see. Thunder got OU got A&M, but if they win that, who do you like, Duke, or do you like Oregon? Oregon. A lot of people had a problem with them being number 1 seed, and they won both their games so far. Not one number 1 seed has lost yet.
Which is, as wild as this
season has been.
As the season and this tournament has been, the 1 seeds are still holding up. Oregon against Duke, man. I actually think Oregon will beat them. I think it'll be Oklahoma versus Oregon.
You think Oregon beats Duke?
Yep, I do.
I see a lot of problems with Duke, so that does not surprise me one bit. But
I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. I say Oregon wins by about 6-7 points. Because
if it comes down to Duke and OU, and Duke finds a way to win and make it to the Final Four with this group, wow.
And they would because it's Duke. I mean, I almost want to pick them to go to the championship because
it's Duke.
It's Duke.
They can't. You look at them and you're like, they can't. They don't have a true point guard.
Absolutely.
Wow.
No.
Coach K, man, getting stuff done.
Coach K.
Okay. Our champions are already out, so decide who's your new champion.
My new champion.
Who would your new champion be?
Oh, my goodness.
Are you going to take one of the other 2 teams in your Final Four? Or the 3?
Who did I say? Villanova, UNC, and Oklahoma?
That you have in the Final... You don't have Kansas in the Final Four?
Nope.
No.
I don't want to be... It seems so cliche to put... Everybody's putting Kansas in the Final Four.
Well, Kansas is a good team, man.
I know.
They've won... probably about 15 straight.
Yeah, we will see. But anyway, as far as my pick for the new champion, I don't want to be a homer, so I don't want to pick Oklahoma. I'm going to go a little under the radar with a top college program, North Carolina.
You're going North Carolina?
Yep.
Got one for you.
Okay.
Dark horse to win the national championship.
Let's hear it.
11 seed Gonzaga.
Zaga
makes the Final Four. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, who do they got coming up? Gonzaga against Syracuse.
Win.
I agree. I would go. I would give the edge to Gonzaga.
Okay, Gonzaga, Virginia. I'm telling you.
You think Virginia will beat Iowa State?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Iowa State's good, and George Niang has had a wonderful, and I mean a wonderful career in Ames, Iowa, but I think it's going to come to an end on Friday.
So you think Gonzaga will beat Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. And then
I have a new idea of what my new Final Four is going to look like.
Okay, let's hear it if you have it.
North Carolina,
Okay.
Gonzaga, and then originally I picked OU and Kansas. I still like that side. I will throw out that I would not be surprised if Maryland wins against Kansas on Thursday, because Maryland's a little different than anything they've seen in the Big 12.
That's
Maryland's
true.
a very good team, but those guards, they got some big guards. It's going to give Kansas some trouble, and I think Ellis is going to have trouble against some bigger people down low. I don't think he's going to have his way.
Yeah, and I mean, you consider as good as the Big 12 has been as a conference. I mean, so many of their teams have been knocked out already, so maybe they're more of.
I think the ACC is the best conference. I really do.
I don't disagree. I mean,
I think they're the best too. But
yeah, no, I'm with you. I give a slight edge to the ACC, but
Tech was disappointing.
Isn't it just
West
like last
Virginia
year?
was really disappointing.
It's just like last year, right? I mean, Big 12 comes rolling in the tournament, and then everybody just kind of fizzles out.
Yeah,
for the most part.
You know, the thing that we've seen maybe especially the last 5 years. But I was going to say the last 10 years, but especially the last 5 years. The mid-major teams, man, that first round game is no longer a give 'em.
Oh, absolutely not. And you think of, these guys aren't just here.
Even for a 2 seed.
They had to win a conference championship to get there, right?
They did.
So they've won 4 games in a row, and even though it's the WAC or the Mountain West or whatever, I mean, you still got to play.
Holy Cross had a losing record, and they won the play-in game.
Yeah, I mean, you are playing good basketball when you come into the tournament. I mean, because you've won 4 straight. So, yeah, it's definitely not a gimme. I'm with you there. But one thing I got to say, I noticed in our new predictions, we both are pretty high on North Carolina. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because we were both high on Michigan State.
Here's my thing with North Carolina. You look at it, their biggest game's going to be the next one. Can they beat
Indiana?
Because Indiana's a good team. Indiana won the Big Ten regular season conference.
Yeah, and then in the next round, you've either got Notre Dame or Wisconsin.
I'm going to say Wisconsin. Wisconsin, man,
They're
there's
rolling right
something
now.
about them.
Something about Wisconsin. They kind of have that
They
feel.
find a way.
Yeah. Notre Dame or Wisconsin.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
Yeah, and then Notre Dame, I mean, everybody's had tough games at this point, but, I mean, Stephen F. Austin was really close to beating them, so.
That lucky tip in at the end, I shouldn't say lucky, but it was.
Yeah, it really was. I'm going to take Wisconsin as well. I mean, we're pretty much on the same page for a lot of these. So, yeah, UNC against Indiana, that'll be a big game, and that is the 25th, so Friday?
Who? Yeah, that's how the bracket's Friday. On
Yep.
Thursday, it'll be starting at 6:10. You have Miami and Nova. That is in the South, I believe, region. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are these teams playing? Because I know.
It says it here
in Anaheim. Do you have it pulled up?
Oh, like
The
you mean
regional.
the actual
Where's the
stadium?
regional? Because the regionals are Chicago, Anaheim, Philly, and I can't think of the other one.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Yes, Louisville.
And then the next round has Houston, Texas.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say I might be making a drive. The team in red can make it to the game on Monday, make it to the championship. I might be making a drive down to Houston. Might have to see it.
How much a drive is Houston?
6 hours.
6 hours. Oh man, if we weren't in school right now, I'd probably be in the car with you.
You can take Monday off. We won't have the show.
Oh man, but I got 3 classes and work. Man.
To see the national championship at RNG Stadium.
Okay, if it's the national championship, we might have to work something out.
Okay.
So we'll see.
That's what I'm saying.
We will see what happens.
I want you to just think about that. National championship.
I'll be thinking about it. Yeah.
And you know what's next door to the stadium, right?
Huh? What do we got?
The eighth wonder of the world,
Which is
the Astrodome.
Woo.
Does nothing for back in the day, man. The Astrodome was the thing.
I can't even. Yeah, it probably is cool. Yeah.
It probably is cool.
It probably is cool.
You got to think about the time that it was built.
Yeah.
It was something. Well, it's been a good one. What are you watching tonight? Anything?
What do we have going on?
The NBA is probably going to be the best thing on. That's what's sad is because you want
More madness.
You want more madness. Let's see. San Antonio
MOAR,
versus
more.
Charlotte tonight. Any chance? Denver, Cleveland, Orlando, Boston. None of these games are really just jumping out.
It's not doing a whole lot for me. Probably
Can Minnesota beat Golden State?
Tonight will be probably a homework night, so I can have my schedule freed up the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? So
I know what you're saying because Thunder play tomorrow night. Minnesota against Golden State.
Well, real quick, what are your thoughts on? Did you hear about Dwight Howard using Stickum on his hands? And they asked him about it. He's like, "Yeah, I've been doing it all the time." Like, dude, like he's like that guy who, you and your brother, whoever, you're gonna lie to your parents, and then like they ask you, like, "Oh yeah, we used to do that all the time."
You think any of the Thunder players use Stickum?
No.
No, because I've noticed there's definitely the big man.
Sure
they try catching the ball and it ends out of bounds.
Man, Serge Ibaka's be like, "Man, why didn't I think of that?" Poor Serge.
Poor Kendrick Perkins might need
Kendrick
some.
Perkins, he's like, man.
Kendrick's too busy. Like, I should have put some of that arm when I clotheslined Damian Lillard.
Perkins might still be a double-double guy if he used to stick him. But that's funny.
Oh, man. We will be back Wednesday. We'll break down the Sweet 16, the Elite 8. We'll break it down. I don't know what order, but we'll break it down. And we'll have much more. Follow us on Twitter at MW_show. Email us at themattwallenShow@gmail.com. You can, as always, find the show on our blog, themattwallenshow.blogspot.com. And like us on Facebook, please. And once again, we'll let you know how you do in the tournament if you're in the Matt Wallen Show Tournament Challenge.
Are we going to do anything for the people if they win it? Nah.
We'll give them a shout out.
You'll get props. They'll be in the props.
They'll be in the props. Props will be on Wednesday
so there
too.
You go.
I thought about we'd give them a tour of the station, but
yeah. Well, this is it. So.
Hey, here it is. Well, that has been all. We will see you Wednesday. You've been listening to the Matt Wallen Show on 99.3 U Central Radio.
KZUC LP Edmond.
Your station, 99.3.
Celebrating 125 years of excellence at UCO.
We play the best music.
Can't get it anywhere else.
UCO's best mix.
New Central Radio.